Hello, everyone. Hey, y'all. I hope that you can hear me clearly in this live, but let me tell you what a morning it has been. It is a Saturday morning. And as you can see, I've titled this The Benefit of Spilled Drinks. Well, all I have to say is, even on Saturdays, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My body naturally wakes up that early even before my alarm clock goes off. My alarms are set Monday through Saturday at 5 a.m., but I wake up earlier than that. And in the early morning hours, what I do, and I'm going to be transparent, that's just how I am. As many of you know, I caregive along with being an entrepreneur for my dad who has stage 4 cancer and dementia. Well, daddy can't drive anymore due to his health. And so, in order to get him out of the house and for me to get out of the house from working, I DoorDash on occasion because it's a good way to earn extra money and I can drive and daddy goes with me. Well, in the early morning hours, he doesn't go with me. So, 5 o'clock, I get up, I do my morning routine, I have that quiet time, and about 6:30, just for an hour or two, I'm out driving, thinking about my day, getting some extra money. Well, today on a Saturday, I actually did that. And y'all, I'm telling you, it's a way to get out of the house. Even if, you're doing well, your business is running itself, it's still a good way to earn money while still riding around, right? So today at 6:30 in the morning, I go out, get a couple of runs, and then I get this one order, and it's a customer that orders these really, really large drinks from a particular store. And, I kept noticing that the employee filled the drinks all the way up to the top, but I was like, okay. So I always look cute, presentable, professional. I've networked when I'm out there. I've gotten podcast guests when I'm out there, everything, right? Business, still in that entrepreneurial mindset. So I get to a person's house and they had these three really, really large drinks. And then all of a sudden, boom, one of the lids on the drinks was loose, toppled over, spilled all into my car seat. Now, here is the choice that I had as a person who has been in leadership for over 20 some odd years. I could have gotten angry and upset and said, no. What I did was I called up the called up the customer, and I said, this is what happened. But it just didn't set well with me. She didn't live far from the restaurant. And I said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to personally go back and get you another drink. She was like, "Oh my goodness, wow, I can't believe it." I said, "It's the least I could do. It was a lid malfunction. I wasn't reckless, but I know how I would feel in that situation." So I got on an app, made an order, went, got the drink, came back. Wasn't expecting anything. She added on an additional very good amount of money that she didn't have to. The benefit of spilled drinks. It's not about the money in this aspect. And again, this is something do literally just here and there. It's not something consistent because of course I have clients, I have my business, etc. But think about the leadership lesson in this right now. How many times in our lives, in our leadership, whether it's in our careers, in our businesses, or with our own families, has it seemed like all of a sudden things are going well and then boom, the spilled drink, the spilled milk metaphor comes our way? Think about how sometimes our lives can seem so topsy turvy that it might seem like it's a liability when it really isn't. You are an asset. So, the way that we go into a situation or the way that we handle things can ultimately determine the outcome and the trajectory. Because what may be seen to you as a challenge, as a difficulty, as something really, really hard can actually turn out to be one of the greatest benefits and blessings of your life. Think about times, for example, I'll give you a plain example. There were 3 clients of mine. No, yeah, 3 clients of mine that I met a couple of years ago in a particular community that we were a part of. To be quite transparent, we invested a lot of money, a lot, into this particular community and were promised one thing and did not get the results that we were supposed to have gotten. Everybody in that particular cohort, community, whatever you want to call it, had the same outcome. Lost the money. It was really, really bad. And I'm talking thousands, okay? Not just a little bit, but I'm talking thousands because we did not get what the person promised us at all. However, that could have been seen as one of the biggest blunders, mistakes, despite the research that we all did. But you know what came out of it? Take aside the client part of it. Think about the fact that to this day, I am literally very close with 5 of those people that were in that cohort with me. And although we invested an exorbitant amount of money and didn't get the outcome that we expected, the value that we got from just being around each other is far more than what we could have ever expected. So the point is in leadership, as you're leading your team, as you're leading your business, even as you're leading in your home, even when it seems like literally all hell around you is breaking loose and you don't know what the outcome is going to be, sometimes your toughest moments bring you the most value, joy, and long term success. It's those happy little accidents that the late Bob Ross, artist extraordinaire, used to say. The happy little accidents of our lives can end up being the most incredible things that we've ever experienced. So while I had spilled drinks this morning, a spilled drink this morning, look at what that client or that customer did that I didn't even expect. Simply because, no, I didn't. But at the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, but just as a human being, doing right by people far exceeds everything else. And again, that's why it was no shame in saying that, yes, on the side in those early morning hours after my morning routine, I DoorDash to earn extra money as well as to clear my thoughts. And occasionally, daddy comes with me because he can't drive anymore. Think about the benefit in that. Well, for him, I don't have to do this. I don't. But thinking about that mindset, the people I've met, the contacts I've met along the way, I'm networking even when I do that. I'm telling you, you got to stay in that mindset. And I see someone right here on this live, Jose Escobar, who helped to get me there. He is one of my mentors and keeps me into that meeting after the meeting mindset. Is that having conversations with people, going out there, you never know what it can bring. So, yeah, it's a great day today. I am going to have a fabulous day. I'm going to see Michael later on today with my parents. Excited about that we can all get out to really enjoy. Of course, I'm going to be doing some work this morning, things that I have planned for you all. But think about it, the benefit of spilled drinks, your spilled drink moment could be the moment that absolutely changes the entire path and trajectory of your life. So don't get disgruntled or angry or give up when you have those spilled drink moments in your life. I'm telling you, y'all, from experience, it can bring you, oh my goodness, it just takes one. one moment that can literally change your life beyond what you could ever imagine. Love y'all. Talk to you soon.